Secret Lair Drop Series has probably arrived at your door if you ordered it. Is it searchable? Everybody's talking about it right now. We're getting into it on Jake and Joel Are Magic. Hello and welcome to the day.
Thank you for spending your time with us.
I'm Jake.
I'm Joel. Welcome back to another episode of Jake and Joel Are Magic. Earlier today on Twitter, I found a video by a user, and we'll go over it, we'll look at it, but it implies that this product, this Secret Lair product that we've been looking forward to so much, that has some kind of lottery card in the bottom of it, might be searchable. Before we get into that, and if it's your first time on the channel, if you want to stay up to the minute with the latest decks and strategy for Pioneer, Commander, Historic, Standard, and Brawl, you want to talk about MTG Finance news and specs, or you just want to see us open some sweet MTG product, make sure you hit that subscribe button before we go. Jake, what the hell is going on?
Well, okay, so everybody knows about Secret Lair Drop Series. If you don't know about it, it was a series of 7 products across 7 days. You had a 24-hour window to order any one of those products, and after that, it's gone.
We've covered it extensively on the channel.
We have covered it extensively on the channel. The idea is that you order this. It has specific cards in it. You know exactly what you're getting. But when it was all said and done, the first people who opened it started tweeting and putting on social media that they were finding stained glass planeswalkers.
Right.
These stained glass planeswalkers, there are 36 of them, were from War of the Spark.
Now, those were important because it took this product from what Jake was saying about being essentially Wizards getting into the singles market, and they're just going to sell you exactly cards you want on demand, no booster pack, no loot box included, and made it a little bit of a loot box, and that's when the product's face changed drastically.
Yeah, exactly. So they made it to where you can order like 10 of these, and people started figuring out which planeswalkers appeared in each of these boxes. We have at this point found out that Kaleidoscope Killers has 7 specific different planeswalkers that you can get out of it. 2 of them are Teferi, Time Raveler, and Nicol Bolas, Dragon God. The most notable because they're both $60 or more. Teferi is anywhere from like $80 to $100.
So before we jump over to the Twitter video, I want to show you the box itself. We're just going to look at it real fast. Jake has been showing it to you. You've got this rip strip on the front that closes the front flap, and that would open it up. Your cards would be right here under this top flap after another flap opens, and then you would see underneath that, in what looks like a pre-release pack, the clear cellophane, your stained glass walker. Now, if you look at the bottom, you've got this glued shut flap. I'm going to kind of just open mine up a little bit there. You can kind of see that is glued shut, and another flap opens, and then you're into the product, okay, without damaging this here. So, Jake, I'm going to swap over to the video real quick, and I'm going to hit play on it so we can talk over this. As you can see, at Taurayan Douglas, make sure you give them a follow if you're interested. Obviously, they are into content like this. They've used a hair dryer. They have melted this to a point where it can be very delicately opened. The Secret Lair box itself can be removed. It's got some kind of paper sleeve around the box that houses the cards that you purchased and the stained glass planeswalker. You very carefully take that off, it seems, and all this is allegedly. This is the first person we've seen do this. They might have just taken, a razor blade or something and gone under there, and they're just trying to prove it. But it seems as though, it does seem legit. And we have gotten into the box here so that you can open it up without it showing any signs of damage, see what planeswalker is in there, and that's what the implication really is. See what planeswalker is in there, and then resell it with, honestly, you could take the planeswalker out and resell it if you really want to be scummy. You can see I'm moving on to the next video here. They've used gloves now.
I mean, shit, you could take all the cards out and resell it if you really want to be scummy.
Yeah, if you really want to be dirt scummy, but also you could open up a bunch of these, put the crap planeswalkers in there and resell them, and then flip the expensive, we'll call planeswalkers.
Yes,
on
it
the
is
secondary market.
for unscrupulous buyers, this is definitely something that they could take advantage of. There's two sides to this argument. There's everybody who's talking about, well, look, the Planeswalkers are just a little added bonus. But here, once people start realizing that they are an added bonus, it adds a loot box factor to this product.
Yeah.
This is a collectible product. This is marketed towards collectors. This is marketed towards whales, people that are going to want to buy this.
But it was regularly priced. I didn't have to spend $300 on all of them. I could buy this one for $40. And so I would even include dolphins in that. Dolphins and whales are both included in this purchase.
Sure, but if you were buying the entire thing, you were spending $200 plus $20 shipping or whatever it is. And because of the stained glass Planeswalkers, it changes the tier of this product. It changes it from something where we know exactly what's in it, and it changes that to, well, there's either a $20 bill in this or there's a $100 bill, and that the fact that it's searchable is really troubling. And you could be in the camp that's like, well, look, I wasn't expecting a Planeswalker. I should just be happy if I get one.
Sure.
Which is a totally valid argument, and I get that. But then the other side of that camp is, well, this is a collector's item. I want the integrity of it to be legit. I want the only way for this box to be able to be opened is this, because I plan on putting it in a drawer with silica packets and selling it when it hits a certain price point. And that's just part of Magic the Gathering. It is an unregulated market. People are going to do that. There's nothing wrong with either argument. It's just who is doing what with what they bought.
Honestly, this could have all been avoided if if this had come shrink wrapped. I think that's what I was saying. If they want to make it a loot box-esque product at all, they didn't have to. It's an added bonus. Just like Jake was saying, that is a completely valid argument. This was not a loot box product at the outset, but they made it a loot box product. Okay, and so if it is searchable, that damages the integrity of it. If this had been shrink wrapped, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. This video wouldn't need to exist. But the fact that it is searchable is troubling. And really, the only takeaway that we are trying to give to you from this video is be careful buying these on the secondary market. Honestly, probably don't buy these on the secondary market. At least if it's being said that it, unopened. If it's really like, oh man, this is broken, you could get any Planeswalker out of this, I just wouldn't trust it. Also, I would say, if you've got these, if you were planning on holding them to resell as the loot box aspect and not just as the cards themselves, maybe gaining value in the future, right. I wouldn't do that. I would open them, man. There's no point. At this point, if this is 100% and it looks legit to me, I just don't see any point not to open them and maybe keep them in hard sleeves and make proxies of them so you can play with them and they don't take any damage and wear and tear. And
I mean, it sucks because it's a sleek little box too. It's a really neat little box. I was complaining about these boxes. I think these could have been about the size of like old beta starter decks or just something like that. Yeah, just made it to where you could just open the front of it. Size. But yeah, or like, and again, wrap it in cellophane, because this is really annoying because you make it to where, it's not limit one per customer, right? They made it to where you could order 10 of them.
Well, they know what their market was. They were going to collectors. This was just, we saw this tweet. We weren't even going to make this video, but we really thought it was important to spread the word on this. We didn't make these videos. They didn't come from us. We're going to link Torayan Daly's Twitter, or Torayan Douglas, their Twitter down in the description below. All credit goes to them, and thank you to them if you're watching this. Thank you for sharing this with the community, because it is really important to note that, while these weren't supposed to be a loot box aspect at all, then they gained a loot box aspect. Now, to me, that loot box aspect has been taken away, and it's just back to being a dope product. Props to Wizards. It was well executed. There were no problems with sales. It got to me fast. It got to me undamaged. I can't wait to open it. I already redeemed the codes on Arena for some dope sleeves. I already redeemed the codes on MTGO for all 3 of the cards that come in the set. Executed so wonderfully across the board. Mad props to Wizards. Except if you're going to make it a loot box, maybe don't make it searchable.
Yeah, just shrink wrap it.
Just shrink wrap it.
I mean, you could even do the blow dryer on the front and probably peel up whatever this is, just
Yeah.
the front of the pull tab.
Yeah,
and here,
it's
this is what it comes down to, because the Modern Masters 2015 had the same problem with the anytime there's a pull tab, man.
Yeah, just don't
stop.
rely on cardboard and glue. I mean, again, even a savvy scumbag could get a razor under there, reglue it themselves, even if this whole heat unwrap thing wasn't working. I think that's going to do it for this video for us, guys. Jake, did you have any other points?
No, just it's searchable. I'm
Yeah.
disappointed, but other than that, whatever.
Yeah, buyer beware is really our biggest deal. We appreciate you watching so much. If you liked the video, go check out our other content. Maybe subscribe before you leave. If you want to hang out with us, we're streaming most Tuesday and Thursday evenings over on Twitch. And if you want to support us further, we've got a Patreon. The link is down in the description below. Jake, tapped out. Got anything else?
I have nothing else. I cannot manifest anything right now.
Hope everybody's having a great winter. Later.